Hello students, today we are going to see network layer protocol. So we know the location of network layer. In that there are various protocols out of which we are going to study IP, that is Internet Protocol. Packets used by the IP are called datagrams. A datagram is a variable length packet consisting of two parts, header and payload. The header is 20 to 60 bytes in length and contains information essential to routing and delivery. Okay, so this is the diagram, IP header datagram. It consists of header part and payload. Header is of 20 to 60 bytes. Total datagram is of size 65,535 bytes. Now this is the header format. It consists of various fields. First field is version, which is of 4 bits. It gives the version of IP. Then next 4 bits are H length, that is header length, which is our 4 bits. Next field is service type, which is of 8 bit. This field allows different types of IP datagrams to be distinguished from each other. Example, it is used to distinguish real-time datagram, that is IP telephony application, from non-real-time traffic, example FTP. So total length of the header, total length is of 16 bits, which consist of header length and payload. So it is maximum is 2 raised to 16, that is 65,535 bytes. Next fields, that is identification, flag and fragmentation offset. These three fields are used for fragmentation. Identification field is of 16 bits, flag is of 3 bits and fragmentation offset is of 13 bits. Next field is TTL, that is time to leave field, which is of 8 bits. This field ensures that datagram do not circulate forever in the network. This field is decremented by 1 each time the datagram is processed by a router. If TTL field is 0, a router must drop that field. Next field is protocol bit, which is of 8 bits. The value of this field indicates the specific transport layer protocol to which the data portion of this IP datagram should be passed. Now suppose the field value is 6, then this data is coming from TCP protocol. If the value is 17, then the field that data is coming from UDP protocol. Next field is header checksum, which is of 16 bit. It aids a router in detecting bit errors in receiving or in received IP datagram. Next fields are source IP address and destination IP address. Both these fields are of 32 bits. And the last field is options. This fields allows an IP header to be extended. Next we will see fragmentation. In that we will see what is maximum transfer unit and fields related to fragmentation in detail. So this is maximum transfer unit. It is the maximum amount of data that a link layer or data link layer frame can carry. So this MTU of the link layer protocol places a limit on the length of an IP datagram. If the length of the IP datagram is more than this, then the datagram has to be fragmented. So see here, this is header payload, which is a IP datagram, and this IP datagram is encapsulated into header and trailer at the data link layer, which is called as frame. So this header plus payload is a maximum transmission unit. Now let us see fields related to fragmentation. First one is identification. It identifies a datagram originating from the source host. It is a 16-bit field. Combination of the identification and source IP address must uniquely define a datagram as it leaves the source host. When the datagram is fragmented, the value in the identification field is copied into all fragments. That is, all fragments have the same identification number, which is also the same as original datagram. The identification number helps the destination in reassembling the datagram. Now let us see the fields related to fragmentation. There are 3 bits. First bit is reserved. Second bit is D, that is do not fragment, and next bit is M, that is more fragments. What does this D and M indicates? If D is equal to 1, means datagram should not be fragmented, and if it is 0, then datagram can be fragmented if needed. Now if M is 1, then datagram is not the last fragment. There are more fragments after this fragment. And if M equal to 0, then it indicates this is the last or only fragment. Now the next is 13-bit fragmentation offset. This field shows the relative position of this fragment with respect to the whole datagram. So it is the offset of the data in the original datagram measured in units of 8 byte. Let us see an example of this. So let the data consist of 4000 bytes. This is the total data. First byte starts with number 0000 and last byte is 3900. So here this datagram is fragmented in 3 fragments. First fragment starts with byte 0000 to 1399. Then the offset is calculated as first byte, that is 0000 divided by 8. So that is equal to 0. Second datagram or second fragment starts from 1400 and ends at 2799. So the offset value is calculated as first byte of that fragment, that is 1400 divided by 8. So offset value is 175. And the third fragment, which starts from 2800 and ends at 3999, then the offset value is calculated as 2800 divided by 8, that is 350. So offset value is calculated by dividing the first byte of that fragment by 8. So that will give you the offset. Now what do we mean by offset? Offset means how far this fragment is from the original datagram or original data. So let us see the detailed fragmentation example. Now see, this is the original data. That data is fragmented in 3 fragments, F1, F2, F3. Then F2 is further fragmented, which are shown as F2.2, F2.1, and then these fragments are received at the receiver side. So all the fragments are listed as F1, F3, F2.1, F2.2. Now see here the fragments are shown in detail. So this is of see here, this is the original datagram. Now here this is M, flag M, which is 0, means that this is the last fragment or this is the only fragment from the original datagram, and this value indicates the offset value. Now this original datagram is fragmented in 3 fragments. So this is first fragment F1. This identification field is copied from the original datagram. Then here this M indicates 1. M means more, so that indicates 1, which means that this is not the only or last datagram. There are more fragments. Now the offset value here shows 0. Here the bytes are from 0000 to 1399. Now second fragment is indicating M as 1, so this is also not the last fragment. Now here the byte starts from 1400 to 2799. So the offset value is calculated as 1400 divided by 8, that is offset value is 175. Now as M is 1 means this is not the last fragment, so there is one more fragment. Now here in this fragment M value indicates 0, which means this is the last fragment, and the offset value is 2800 divided by 8, that is 350, so the offset value is 350. Now the second fragment is further divided or further fragmented in two fragments. So here, so first fragment indicates M equal to 1, that is this is not the only fragment, and the offset value is 1400 divided by 8, that is 175. So here this 175 and this 175 are same because starting byte is same 1400, and the next fragment is starting from 2200 to 2799, so the offset value calculated as 275. So total there are 5 fragments. This is F1, second F2.1, then F2.2 and F3. So if you observe here, M flag is 1 in F1, F2.1, F2.2 and F2, and only in the last fragment the value of M is 0. So this is how fragmentation is done. Okay, now let us see some examples on fragmentation. Suppose a packet has arrived with an M bit value of 1. Is this the first fragment, the last fragment, or a middle fragment? Do we know if the packet was fragmented? Now how we can calculate? See here, if the M bit is 1, it means that there is at least one more fragment. This fragment can be the first one or a middle one, but not the last one. We don't know if it is the first one or a middle one. We need more information, that is the value of the fragmentation offset. And let us take one more. A packet has arrived in which the offset value is 100. What is the number of the first byte? Do we know the number of the last byte? So here offset value is given, that is 100. So to find the number of the first byte, we multiply the offset value by 8. This means that the first byte number is 100 into 8, that is 800. We cannot determine the value of the last byte unless we know the length of the data. So here we will stop. Next time we will see classless and classful addresses of IP version 4. Thank you.